Yes. And then we'll start with this. So you're okay. Okay. Okay.
Welcome.
I got peace.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for the Custom Label Design webinar for LabelValue.com's Custom Label Design Tool. In a minute, Josh Dixon will be demonstrating the Custom Label Designer's features and how you can use it to create great-looking labels. This tool was designed to allow users to quickly design label graphics using templated sizes and order them from the LabelValue.com website. There's no graphic arts experience necessary, and all you need to get started is a web browser. After Josh's demonstration this afternoon, we'll open up the floor to any questions, and without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Josh.
All right, thank you, Paul. As Paul said, we're going to go through how to design custom labels through your web browser. We started here, as you can see, on the on LabelValue.com's homepage. The first step we're going to go through is showing you how to upload your own artwork onto the website to have your label printed if you have artwork for that design. Then we're going to go and show you how to modify that artwork using our tool. Then we're going to use a label template and modify that. And finally, we're going to create a label completely from scratch. Should take about 20 minutes to go through this, and at the end, we're going to open up the floor to any questions you might have. So the first thing we're going to do is navigate to a 4-inch beer label template. We have previously designed artwork that we're wanting to upload to the site. So we're going to start off by going to our custom printed label section and navigating to our square beer bottle labels. So when you pull up the product screen, you'll have your specifications in the description next to the description tab. Here we can see it's 4 inches by 4 inches, which is what our artwork was designed for. So we can hit the customize this label button, which will bring us to the custom label tool. So when the custom label tool first loads, you'll notice there are a couple different features available. First off, there are preset templates that will populate in the sidebar. These templates you can add to your screen and modify any of the elements that are within the label. So we're going to clear our canvas to start off. Since we already have artwork, we're going to navigate to our upload feature, which allows you to either upload an image through your file browser or simply drop an image into this box here. So I have saved on my desktop the artwork that we're going to be using for this label. Simply pull it over, drop the image in, and you're given these options here. All right, one second. We're having a few difficulties with sharing the screen here.
Okay, that's good.
All right, actually, let me backtrack now. I apologize for those technical difficulties. The screen sharing wasn't working. So we're going to navigate back to the home page and go through those steps I was just talking about. We're going to go to our custom printed labels section. All right, sorry about that. Now we're on track. We're going to navigate to our 4-inch beer bottle labels, which you can see here in the specs. It's 4 inches by 4 inches, which is what our artwork is built to. We're going to go to customize the label. And here you have various options. You have preset templates. We also have preset designs and backgrounds you can choose from. We'll get to that later. For right now, this is simply if you have artwork already that's built to size. We recommend that it be at least 300 dpi. Simply go to our upload feature set here. You can either navigate through your file browser to upload image, or you can just drag and drop your image into this box. We have our artwork saved on our desktop screen, so we're simply going to drag that over, drop it in. And now here you can adjust the brightness, the opacity, which is going to make the artwork become transparent. You can remove any white that you don't want in your image. We'll get more on that later. And a few other neat features that you can check to see what it does to your artwork if that's the desired effect you want. So since our artwork's exactly how we want it, we're just going to uncheck that option. All right, and add our image to the label. And simply drag it to the edges here so it prints exactly how we want it to print. And simple as that. Your label is ready to go. And you notice on our preview screen that you can then verify the size of your label. You can put in how many sheets of labels you'd like, and you can name your label. So let's go ahead and name this so we can pull it up for future reference. And let's add it to the cart. So you can see if you already have artwork built to size, it's all you have to do is navigate to the correct size and upload your artwork. It's simple as that. Now let's say that we have this artwork and we want to modify it, but we don't want to have to bother with any design software. So for instance, let's say we don't want our picture to be showing in this label. So what we can do is we can navigate to our shape section, pull up a shape, and use the drag bars to size it down. Turn it to the label background color, which is white in this case. And there you have it. You've modified your artwork. You can preview your changes. And you can save your label just like that. So what we've covered here is uploading your artwork that you've already created for your label. Also, we've shown how you can modify your artwork slightly if you want to remove any items, or we could even, if we wanted to, have covered this section up and added our own text. So those are some quick and easy features to where you can upload your artwork, you can modify your artwork, and have your label ready to be printed just like that. Now the next thing that we're going to do is choose a template and show how you can modify the different aspects of the template and personalize it for your own use. So for this instance, we're going to load our Granny's Sweet Apple Cider, and let's change the name to Paul's Sweet Apple Cider. As you can see, all of the elements on the label are fully editable, so we can move these borders around, we can change our colors, we can change our text, we can move the image, we can even add more content if we'd like to. The idea here is that if you see a template that you like that we've designed, you can personalize it, put it into the tool, and then create your own labels. So the next step that we want to go through is creating a label completely from scratch. So we're going to navigate back to our home page. And imagine that you don't have any artwork, but you want to have a label that looks professional, that you've created yourself. So for this instance, we're going to use an example of an apple orchard that wants to label the different types of apples. So we've already saved in our account this label here called Organic Gala Apples. So we're going to go ahead and load this label into the tool. Alright, so this is what we want our finished product to look like. I'm going to go step by step and show you exactly how it is you can build this using the elements that we already have in our tool. So we're going to clear our label and start from scratch. Now you'll notice along the top and the right hand side we have our what we call our universal options. These are options that will apply to all the different elements that you'll find over in the container to the left hand side. So the first thing you can do is change the color of the whole label. For this label we want to have a red background. So we're going to select that, and as you can see it changes the entire label background. Next up we want to add the white bar that we saw in the previous example. So we're going to navigate to our shapes, add a square, size it down, and spread it across the label so it acts as a banner. Next we want to change it to white. So we simply have the item selected, go to our color box, and choose white. If we want the banner to be exactly in the center of the label, we can go to our options over on the right hand side and select center. You could also rotate to the left or to the right, and these rotate buttons will go on a 45-degree angle. So if you do it once, it rotates 45 degrees to the left. You do it twice, it rotates 90 degrees to the left, and so on and so forth. So now that we have our banner in, let's add the text for our organic gala apples. You can either choose text from the options on the side here, or you can choose to add generic text via the text box there, and you can choose to change your font through the drop down at the top. You can also change the font color, you can change the outline size, the font size, you can bold, you can italicize, underline, align left, align center, and align right. So for this, we're going to choose our Playfair font and input our apple's title, like so. We're going to move that straight to the center. Change the font color to green, and there we have the first part of our label, which is the title. Next, what we're going to do is add the bottom area, which in the example that we're trying to design, it had a different color from the rest of the label. So the easiest way to accomplish this is to go back to our shapes, to add another square, stretch it across so that it covers the entire space at the bottom of the label, and change the color, just like so. Now if you'll notice, it's kind of cutting off the white box above it, which is not what we want. So if you go to the right hand side where you have move to front and a move to back button, we can simply move this to the back and it becomes a background layer. Next up, we can add any other text or information that we want to put at the bottom of the label. So we'll add a new text box, change the font color so that it stands out, change it to white here, and drag it down. Now this product, we want to inform our customers that it is a product that is made in the USA, so we'll simply type in product of USA and drag it to the center. We can add whatever other text we would like to add by using the same feature. Simply add the text, put your content in here, until we have all the information on the label that we're looking to have. All right. So next up, we want to add our company's logo. So what we've done is we have our logo saved on our desktop. We're simply going to drag it into the image upload section, review it, and make sure everything looks correct, which it does, and add the image to the label. Alright, so we have our logo, we have our product title, we have the information that we want below, we have the background colors that we've chosen. Everything's looking good, but the label's still missing something. What we'd like to do is add an image of apples to the background to really make the label stand out and give it a nice professional touch. So we've saved this image of apples on our desktop, which we're going to drag and upload, which looks good. We like the image. It was high quality. We're going to put it onto our label and send it to the back the same way that we sent the bottom part of the background to the back of the label, so it doesn't cover anything up. The only problem is, as you can see, there's a white box around the image. It doesn't look very good. So what we're going to do is go ahead and delete that. We're going to re-upload our apples, and if you'll notice, we have a brightness filter, an opacity filter, and also an option to remove white. What we want to do here is remove the white from this image so that it blends seamlessly into the background. So we're going to slide that up, And there you have it. All the white in the background has been removed so that it can be inserted onto the label perfectly. So what we're going to do is resize so that it fills the space, and then send it to the back. Much better. Now another option that we have here to fill the rest of this space over to the left-hand side is to copy this object. So we'll copy it, drag it over, send it to the back again, but we don't really want it to look like it's facing the same direction as the other one. So what we're going to do is grab the drag handle on either the left hand or the right hand side. You can take that and pull it all the way across the canvas. And what that will do is cause the image to reflect. So basically we've just inversed the way that the image appears, and now it looks like a much more finished product. So there you have it. That's how you create a label completely from scratch. We have our label name saved here, so all we have to do is go to preview the label, make sure everything looks just right, exactly how we want it. We can improve. We'll select the material. Now with the material selections here, we have three options for these labels. We have a matte paper, a polypropylene, and a semi-gloss option. The matte is going to be good for anything that you're using indoors. It's not going to come into contact with water or oil or anything like that. That's our base option. Semi-gloss is going to have a glossy appearance. It's going to be a little bit more of a professional look than the matte paper. And polypropylene is going to be for any sort of label that's going to come into adverse conditions. It's going to have oil, water contact, face the possibility of being torn. This is going to give you a durable label that's going to be able to withstand all that. Since these are going to go on a bag of apples, it's likely going to be moved around a lot, handled, might get wet, things like that. We're going to choose polypropylene for our material. Add it to our cart. And there we have it, the two labels that we've created, one by creating artwork and uploading it to the tool, and one by creating the artwork in the tool. So as you can see, the tool is really versatile. It allows you to do a whole lot of things with the artwork. You can either create your own from scratch using the shapes, using the images that you may have of logos, things like that. You can remove white from your images. You can add new text. You can add different text options. There's many options for you to create whatever label it is that you can imagine. Alright, so at this point we're at 2:20. We have about 10 minutes left in the webinar. What we'd like to do is open it up to any questions you might have or any label designs that you might recommend us having. So if you look in your webinar browser, there's a chat option. If you'd like to just chat in there and tell us what it is you'd like to see us do with the tool, any questions you might have about how to use the tool. In the meantime, I'll continue to go through some of the different options that the tool offers, and we'll continue to modify our Gala Apples label. Alright, great. We just got a question in via email that says, when I'm uploading an image that I've created, what file formats are accepted? That's a great question. Currently, we support JPEGs, PNGs, and GIFs. Those are the three image formats that are acceptable to be uploaded to the tool. If you have a PDF or any other version of artwork that you would like to send to us, the best way to do that is to send it to service@LabelValue.com, and then we'll, with the label size that you'd like it to be printed on, that way we can accommodate any other file types like Adobe Illustrator files, Photoshop files, PDFs, and things of the like. But currently, when you're uploading an image, it needs to be either a JPEG, a PNG, or a GIF. We also recommend that it be at least 300 dpi so that it's a high enough resolution to be printed. We recommend that the artwork be built to size so that it fills the label space appropriately, and it can't be over 4 megabytes. So you have to keep the file size under 4 megabytes for it to work with the tool. All right, so one thing I didn't cover when creating this label is the ability to add an outline to any objects or text that you might add to your label. So let's say for this shape we want to add a green border that matches the green text that's within this shape. What you can do is once you have selected and highlighted this shape, simply go to Outline, select the color you'd like to see, and it will automatically default to a outline size of 1, so it's 1 pixel, which you can't really tell has been added here. So what we're going to do is add a new shape and start it off with the white fill color, a green outline. We're going to add more stroke to that and then stretch it to fill our space here. Which you can see we've covered up our artwork now, our text, so what we're going to do is send that to the back. Send everything else to the back that needs to be behind it, and there you have it. Alright, so that covers that. Let's see, any other questions? Alright, thank you, Jake. Jake wrote in and asked, is there a minimum order size for custom labels? It's a good question. Minimum order size, I'm going to guess that you're asking if there is a minimum quantity to be ordered, which there is a minimum quantity. For our full color labels, they're going to come on sheets, and the minimum order quantity is going to be 2 sheets, and you have to order in packs of 2. As far as a minimum size, we have various size options. So let's go over that. Thank you for bringing that up, Jake. We're going to go over the different sizes that are offered here. So when you come to our homepage and you navigate to our custom printed label section, these labels are going to be able to be customized in the tool. For our full color labels, those are going to be our custom sheet labels, and there's a variety of sizes here. So what we're going to do is go to our custom sheet labels category. Alright, for circles, we have 1-inch circles, 1.5 inch, 2-inch, 2.5 inch, and 3-inch size options. For ovals, we have 2x3 inch, 3x5 inch. For squares, we have 2-inch, 4-inch. And for rectangles, we have 1x3, 2x3, and a 4x3 label. Now those are for our full color options. We also offer on our tool custom labels on rolls, which come in a set standard size. So 1.5 inch, 2x1 inch, or 0.375 by 1.625. And the colors that you see here are the color options that are available. Now these labels only print in black text. So you can get more labels since they're on a roll, but you're not going to be able to customize them in full color. For example, what you'll see here is that all of our templates are black icons and black print only. So if we were looking to do the same type of label that we did with our full color organic gala apples, everything is going to have to be in black text. You're not going to have a color option for that. You can change the label background to any of these fluorescent color options. So that's another product offering that we do have. If you go to upload any image, it's going to automatically convert your image to black and white. So that's another option that we have for the tool, which those labels do come on rolls and are popular with lots of retail businesses and things of that nature. Alright, so hopefully that answered your question, Jake. So yes, there is a minimum order quantity. For sheet labels, it's two sheets. For the rolls, there's no minimum. You just have to purchase 1 roll, which comes with anywhere from 125 to 500 labels per roll. Another popular option that we have for our custom label tool is the Weatherproof custom service tags. Again, this is only going to be a black print label, but the advantage of this is that it's fully weatherproof. It's designed to be outside, to handle the elements, to go on things like AC units, things like that. But we've seen customers use it for a variety of different things. The silver material of the label really stands out. It has a nice quality to it, but again, that is also going to print only in black. If you're looking for a full color label, you're going to want to go to our custom sheet labels and select one of those. All right, looks like we have about 3 minutes left here. Let's see. If there are any other questions that anybody has, please chat in, or you can send them via email. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. So there's one other area of the site that pertains to our custom label designs that I think is really useful for returning customers. If you go into your account, you'll see here that you have an option for your saved custom labels. Now in this Save Custom Label section, you can see the labels that we've created today, as well as 2 others that we'd previously purchased, as indicated by the past order. When you come in here, you can either reorder a previous design that you had, or for instance, let's say that instead of Gala apples, we wanted to order labels for our Honeycrisp apples. What we can do is click on our label name, and we'll come in here and find our 3-inch organic Gala apples. Okay. We can click on edit that item, and once it loads in the tool, everything that you created in the original design is completely editable again. So we can come in, we can select the text that we'd like to change while keeping the rest of the design static. Alright, so now we've created this for our Honeycrisp apples. We can change our label name here to reflect the changes that we made. And then we can add this new version to our cart and check out just the same way that we did before. It'll keep our new artwork. And this is a really neat feature. If you are coming back, if you've created a custom piece of artwork and for whatever reason any sort of the information or the images or the logo is updated or anything like that, you can simply load it back into the tool from your account section and then make any edits, any changes that are desired and repurchase. So that's a really neat feature. We're going to continue to work on expanding that. So as long as there's no more questions here. Oh, we just got one more question in. How long does it take to produce these labels? All right, so this is actually another really neat feature of the tool. These labels, we ask that you allow 2 days processing time so that we can get your artwork, we can make sure everything looks good with it. But oftentimes, if you order, what are we, 2:30 today? If you order at 2:30 today, these are going to be out by 4:30. We do ask you to allow up to 2 business days. However, it oftentimes takes much less time than that. We typically get them out same day or next day. Like I said, we'll review your artwork, so if there are any issues that we notice, we'll contact you and let you know about that. But for the most part, we do get the labels out same day or next day. All right, looks like that's it for the questions here, and we're at 2:31. So last thing we just want to talk about real briefly is where this tool is going, what kind of things you're going to be seeing in the future. We're going to continue to add new templates, new features for you to add to your label designs that you can modify and personalize. We're also going to be working on restructuring some of the pricing for our sheet labels. That way it makes it more affordable to buy larger quantities. Some other things that we're going to be working on adding are account features so that you can apply your design across different shapes and sizes and continue to use those features that we were showing just now of editing previously saved labels. We're really looking to expand this and make it easy and simple for you to design whatever custom label you want and have it created and managed in your account section. So that's where the future of this is going, and we hope this has been informative for you and you've learned how to create custom labels with LabelValue's custom label design tool. And that'll wrap it up, and we thank you for attending and look forward to seeing all the awesome designs that you guys come up with.